Hello YouTube, this is my 2000 Kawasaki 1100 STX Di, the same units that are notorious for computer problems. Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove the computer, or the ECM, ECU, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. And this video applies to model years, I believe 98 to 2002 or 2003. Those are the years that this unit was made. Taking out the computer is a very simple process to do. By doing it yourself, you're probably going to save yourself $300 to $500 in manual labor from the Kawasaki dealer. To take it out is very simple. First, you need to remove those 4 bolts right there, which hold the bracket, which holds the ECU unit in place. And the other thing you do is you need to remove the hose fitting to your fuel filter. And there's also one underneath you may want to consider removing too, for ease in getting the bracket out of there. There's your ECU unit right there. It sits on the bracket. Now you can slide and manhandle this bracket out of there. Be careful, but it can come out of the unit. We did it and it made it a lot easier. Just remember where you plugged everything in at. Here is the old computer for reference. I'm going to show you where everything goes. It sits in the unit like so up there at the front, and you're going to have to remove water hose fitting right here, water hose fitting right there. Yes, I know, water cooled computer doesn't make much sense, but it's the only way they can cool the thing. You're going to have 2 plugs right here and your main one back here. Keep in mind that it is a screw in, so you have to unscrew that back there to get that one out. These are just snap in. Make sure you get them in the right way, because it is possible to get them backwards. Just follow the pre-factory done screws and you should be golden. Can't remember if I mentioned this, but another thing to note is that you can't just buy a new computer and plug and play and expect it to work. If you buy direct through Kawasaki, which I recommend because they're only $850. This is as of August of 2013. They're remanufactured, so I'm assuming they've redone the system and worked out any old kinks in the system. So I would recommend buying through them direct. And in fact, I think it's the only place you can buy the unit anymore. And as I was mentioning, let me get back on track. You have to have it programmed to your 3 fuel injectors, cylinders 1, 2, and 3 on my unit. Had a fly on the camera. If you buy it direct through Kawasaki, they can do it for you before they send it to you, which is very convenient for you, as opposed to sending your unit in to maybe get it remanned and then having it shipped back to you. I don't know if Kawasaki does that. I haven't asked yet. It was just a lot more economical for me just to buy one like that. I think it's called, don't quote me on this, DFI Technologies will rebuild these for like $600 or something. Again, don't quote me on that, just a rumor I heard. I didn't investigate much further than that. But anyways, putting the unit back in is pretty much the reverse of the process that I mentioned before. Again, it's really easy to do. There's no need to pay a dealer $500 to do this shit. And I think I may have mentioned earlier the design flaw in these model years. The design flaw is that this is so small, these water hose fittings, that it gets clogged and overheats your computer and then causes a whole mess of problems. If you don't do stupid shit, like say run it and get a bunch of sand through the system as you're pulling it up through the impeller, you should never have that sort of problem. Now again, stuff does happen, so I mean, other than being smart with your jet ski and not running it through 2-foot deep sandy water, I mean, I feel like your system will be golden and you'll be good to go. Now, one thing to note, in case you're trying to diagnose that it is your computer, for me, what happened was I was out on the lake and it ran really good for probably the first 10 minutes or so. As I was about half to 3/4 of the way full down on the throttle, I started it felt like the ski was hitting a wall. Like I'd hit it and it would do nothing. And it got so bad, like the loss of power, that it eventually worked itself way down to the idle, and the unit would die and it would restart for a little bit, but as I kept trying to force it, it got to a point to where it would not restart. I had to be towed back to the dock. Those are the symptoms I was having. And another indicator of it, I think, is flashing battery light and a warning light, and then a check engine light. Any combination of those. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. The check engine light and a warning light. Even the owner's manual says that that's indicator of ECU problems. So I think that's everything that I can think of. If you have any questions or comments, any help with anything, just go ahead and write it in the comments section below, and really appreciate a subscribe. I will be updating more how-to videos on this, and I also have a bunch more useful videos on a 18-foot power boat that I have. So like, comment, rate, subscribe. I really appreciate it, guys. Take care.